So this is my Tuesday night Chaingang ride. I've just got my power meter on my bike, which is what I wanted to show in this video, how I tried to use it and what I learned. I got the Garmin Vectors installed now. Really happy with them. Easy to install, easy to calibrate, easy to set up on the Garmin, and yeah, so really happy with them. This Chaingang ride, I was in a faster group than normal because of the weather. Not a lot of people turned up. There's only 6 of us in this group, and yeah, I'm working harder than usual. If you look at my heart rate, it hovers around 180 and even higher, which is high for me. My highest is 200, so generally I do have a higher heart rate, but yeah, this was a tough ride, this was for me. Yeah, the first thing I did learn about the power meter was that it doesn't really help when you're riding in a Chaingang. You're not holding your own power, you're not riding to your own limits, you're riding to the group. So you take your turn to the front, you pull in, you ease off, and you repeat. Therefore you just have to ride whatever the group rides at, or you drop off the back. But I'll fast forward it in a second. Just here on the left we've got a stretch of road which is an incline. You can see at the top the elevation, and this is where the break starts to happen, and then it's a case of trying to catch the 2 people at the front. We work as a trio, the 3 of us. Eventually I get dropped from the back of them, and then I just try and pace myself to the end. At the time I wanted to catch them, and I'll show you what happens. So this is the point where the 2 guys in the front in the red top and the white top start to break away. We're still climbing here, and you can see I'm trying hard. My heart rate's almost at 190 now, pushing 200 plus watts to keep up to 400, 370. So yeah, I just really want to stick on their wheel here. I'm trying to catch them, but they're just going for it. I'm not sure why. Makes the training better, but as a group, as a Chaingang, it's makes it tougher. Here comes a guy on the right in the orange, and the guy behind. There's 3 of us now. 1 guy's dropped off the back, but we're desperately trying to hold on to the 2 guys in front because it's obviously easier the more people there are, and we just don't want to get dropped. But so I'll fast forward it again, but here's us chasing them to the next corner. So now they're not too far ahead, the 2 guys in the front, and we're working together to try and keep up. I'll also mention at this point, I don't know my power limits. I'm just riding as I would within this group. I don't know what levels I can sustain or not. But I learned this day, what I could do and what I couldn't, and what led me to blow up. So we're on a flat piece of road really. It's got some ups, some downs, but mainly flat. As you can see, I'm really pushing to hold on now. 600 watts to try and get back to the front and do my turn. I don't know what the most efficient way would have been for us 3 to do it. Maybe longer turns each rather than cycle this quickly round. You do catch a glimpse of their red flashing lights ahead of us. They're within sight, and that makes it easier when they are in sight to chase them down, as opposed to them disappearing around the corner and you having no idea where they are. But here, 190 heart rate, working together as a team to try and catch them, because when we do catch them, it's back to rotating around, taking longer turns, sitting, recovering for longer. So it's much easier the more people there are. And then we've got a sharp right coming in now, and this is a point where I start to fall behind. You have a tight corner and then it climbs again, and I'm still suffering. 184 heart rate, hasn't eased off at all. We're chasing them down, and there goes a power. 500, 400. Two of my trio are breaking ahead to catch them now, and I think I just broke on the climb, just couldn't keep up. I was trying. There goes the power again, standing up and sprinting a little to try and get back onto them. 500 watts again, and then I realise I've just blown up. 600 watts, and then yeah, still rising heart rate, and now there's two in the front, two in the middle, and me on the back. And this is the point where I just fall off completely. I try and chase them down, but I'm struggling now. And I thought this was interesting, the next part, because I've realised I've dropped off the back and I'm not going to catch them, because I just haven't got the power anymore. And I think, well, now I've just got to pace it myself. At the time I was panicking. You can see again up to 400 watts trying to catch them. Every now and again I stand up and I sprint, and I'm basically panicking. I want to catch back on, I don't want to fall off. But in my head I knew, look, pace yourself now. Do a Chris Froome and get your head down, look at your watts, pace yourself, and you should catch them. And that's what I do start to do. I can't remember how many times I try and chase them. Eventually they just disappear around the final corner and I don't see them again. So this is what was really good about having a power meter. Once you know your limits, you know what you can hold for so long. If you can hold 200 watts, 250, 300, and stop yourself blowing up. My problem was I kept going over 400, 500 to try and get that momentum to catch back on their wheel and at least hold on to that. Whereas knowing your limits, knowing your power inside out, you can just pace yourself and continue riding like that. So I'll fast forward it now throughout the rest of the lap. And it's from this point now I've realised I've got to pace it. I've kind of feels or looks like I've admitted defeat, but I think I'm doing the right thing here. My heart rate is going down. I'm not sure what I should be holding. I wanted to keep it around 300 watts. We're on a decline now. It's a bit harder to hold that much power when you're going down, I learnt. But yeah, 300 was what I was trying to do. Like I said, I still don't know. I need to test, find out what my most efficient power is, especially for these different kind of situations. And that's the great thing about having a power meter. You can really learn that and you can train to that. All of this you have to do by feel. Without one, you have to just guess. So it puts numbers on things, which is what I like. I like to know these numbers. And from here, my power is pretty consistent between 230 and 300. My heart rate's not as high as it was, it's about 180. The other thing I was thinking was, would I ever catch them? What sort of power do you need to catch them? Because obviously they're working together now. Is it a case of just getting to the end as fast as you can, or will you catch them again? So I thought that was interesting. Got the final stretch on the lap now, and they're long gone. I don't see them at all on any more corners. And so yeah, that's my thoughts on the power meter. Really enjoy having it on my bike now. I like to see the numbers, and I thought it was really interesting watching my efforts, watching what the numbers hit before I explode, as opposed to going slightly easier but longer. See, my heart rate's still going down, but I'm holding consistent wattage, usually around the 200, 230, and it's working. But clearly not fast enough to catch them, but I probably wouldn't ever have caught them. 4 of them working together versus me on my own. And like I said at the start of the video, I was riding with faster than normal people, so this was really a workout for me. So yeah, just really enjoyed having the power meter and learning what numbers, what wattage affects me. Can't wait to carry on going forward with it. Certainly going to improve myself a lot. And I'll just fast forward it from here to the end of the route, and then we ride back together. Fortunately they wait for me at the end. So that was my first power meter experience on my Chaingang.